Money isn't just numbers on paper or the result of your hard work. It's energy. Right now, money might be flowing toward you, or it might be disappearing into thin air. This isn't because you're lazy, unlucky, or undeserving. It's because of one thing: your energy frequency. Money doesn't care about the effort you put in. It doesn't reward hard work or come to those in desperation. Money reflects who you are, your beliefs, and your emotions toward it. If money feels scarce or disappears as soon as you get it, it's not because you're doing something wrong, but because you've been programmed wrong since childhood. By parents who stressed about bills, by schools that never taught about wealth, and by systems that only teach you how to survive, not how to thrive. These old patterns control your financial life, like a virus in your subconscious. Here's the thing: money doesn't respond to logic. It responds to energy. You might have all the qualifications, work hard every day, and long for money with all your might. But if your frequency signals lack, the universe will hear that and send more of it your way. You're tuned into one of two channels: scarcity or flow. And whichever channel you're on will determine your reality. The good news is you're not stuck in this cycle forever. You can reset it, change your frequency, and reprogram your energy field so abundance can flow to you effortlessly and continuously. That's what this guide will help you do. A step-by-step process to shift the wealth game in your favor. Because here's the truth: most people won't tell you. Money isn't something you earn. It's something you allow. And until you heal those deep-rooted issues inside you, nothing will change. No budget, no effort, no technique will work unless you change your frequency. This is the key to unlocking everything. Money is energy, and your energy is the password. Break free from the illusion that money is matter. It's a frequency. It's not something you earn, nor something you get because you deserve it. It's something you align with. You allow it to come, and it mirrors your inner state. If you don't understand this, you'll keep playing a rigged game created by a system designed to wear you down. Here's what they don't teach you. Money isn't backed by gold or a hard value. It's backed by one thing: belief. It's the collective consensus of all of us. That's the entire system. Belief expressed as energy, a contract. Like the observer effect in quantum physics, your belief can turn potential into reality. If you believe money is hard to earn, that's what you'll get. If you believe money comes easily to you, that energy will start flowing in that direction. Your subconscious creates a frequency, and 90% of it is programmed before you even realize it. This is why working hard alone will never be enough. Why some people work 12 hours a day and still struggle financially, while others work less but attract wealth with ease. It's not about doing more. It's about aligning with the right energy. Without alignment, there's no flow, and ignoring this can be very dangerous. Take a moment to think. Money isn't truly real. It's not naturally available or a universal law. It's just pieces of paper, numbers, a system of belief. But this illusion still controls your life, shaping the way you feel when you wake up, the sense of security in your own skin, and whether you believe you deserve your worth. Why? Because from a young age, you were taught that money equals survival, success, and worth. Now, you live serving something that only exists if you believe in it. This isn't a conspiracy. It's a fundamental spiritual law. Money is belief made manifest as matter. If everyone in the world woke up tomorrow and decided that money had no value, the entire system would collapse. No more banks. No more credit. This has happened before, in places like Germany in the 1920s and Zimbabwe in the 2000s. People burned their money just to stay warm, not because they lost it, but because the belief system behind it had collapsed. And what you've never been told is that this belief system wasn't created by accident. It was carefully arranged. You've been programmed to think that money is hard to earn, easy to lose, and only for the lucky or ruthless. Why? Because if they keep you in a state of lack, they can keep you obedient. And this isn't just about banks or governments. It's a spiritual battle. Let's talk about something a bit more mystical now, because words really do have power. Take the word currency, for example. It comes from the Latin word curere, which means to flow. And that's what money really is: movement, energy, circulation. So what happens when your inner flow is built on a foundation of scarcity? You block the flow and end up pushing money away, even if you're smart, hardworking, or desperate for it. If you're blocked energetically, money just won't come. Money stops being a flow and becomes a form of control. Governments, corporations, and institutions take that liquid energy and freeze it, turning it into chains. They create a system that seems free, but it keeps you tied down. Debt isn't a random occurrence. It's a design. You're taught to study and work for success, but in reality, you're just signing up for decades of debt repayment. You trade your time for wages, not to live freely, but to follow someone else's rules. That's the spell, the illusion. And here's the truth. Money doesn't enslave you. It's how you've been programmed to view it that does. The trick isn't in the paper money, but in the belief system embedded in your mind. You've been taught to believe in scarcity, to think you need to work endlessly for money, and that your value is tied to how productive you are. But here's what they fear most. If you reclaim your own beliefs, you'll reclaim your power. You weren't born to serve money. You were born to use it as a tool. Money isn't a god. It's meant to flow. You weren't meant to be afraid, to chase after it, or to scramble for scraps in a system designed to keep you small. Your true mission isn't to just earn more money, but to break free from that trap and dismantle the invisible structure in your subconscious that tells you you're only valuable when you suffer. No, you were born for abundance, and it's time to return to that. Here's a secret no one teaches you. Money loves movement. It thrives in circulation, and it dies when you're afraid. When you hoard out of worry, you're not securing your future. You're reinforcing scarcity. You're sending a clear message to the universe. I don't trust the flow. I don't believe more will come. And the universe will reflect that energy back to you. Because this is the law. As above, so below. As within, so without. Your inner state will show up on the outside, just like your bank account. If you feel open and safe, money will flow to you. But if you tighten up, hoard, and stay tense, money will slip away. Money isn't just numbers on a piece of paper. It's energy in motion. That's why we call it currency. It's meant to flow. But when you spend with intention, when you give with confidence, when you invest from a place of abundance instead of fear, you activate that flow. Money isn't meant to sit still in a vault. It's meant to circulate, to keep moving. And the biggest lie you've been told is this: save everything, don't spend, hold on to your money tightly. In terms of energy, that's like holding your breath until you pass out. Money is like air. You inhale, you exhale, you give, and you receive. You can't just take, it must flow. Wealth isn't built by hoarding, but by giving freely with faith. Abundance isn't passive. It's a current, and a current only works when it's open. The moment you open the flow, the system will respond. Not someday, but right away. Let me introduce you to someone. His name is Eric. He's not a real person, yet in many ways he is as real as anyone, because a part of you is him. Eric is a 49-year-old self-employed plumber who's been in the trade for 22 years. He's the guy people call when a pipe bursts or a roof collapses at 3 a.m. when no one else will answer. Eric is always there. He's not lazy, not reckless, and not dumb. He arrives early, charges fair prices, and does exactly what's needed each time. But despite all this, he's still poor, struggling with bills, living paycheck to paycheck, and thinking it's just a rough patch. But the truth is, Eric isn't just tired. He's exhausted, not just from work, but because he holds a false belief. And you might be carrying the same one. If I don't struggle, I don't deserve money. If I charge too much, people won't hire me. If I succeed, something bad will happen. Eric isn't just fixing pipes. He's fixing everyone else's problems because he's never learned to fix his own. He was taught that being a good man means sacrificing, that asking for more is selfish, and that earning money the right way will make him disliked. So instead of rising up, he holds back, calling it humility. But really, it's fear disguised as virtue. It's the same fear passed down from previous generations of poor men who were praised for working hard until the end of their lives. Eric doesn't realize that money is energy. He sees it as a punishment, something you earn only by struggling, working hard, and dealing with hardship. Every time he makes progress, something always comes up. An unexpected bill, a broken truck, a slow week, or a fine. But this isn't a coincidence. It's a pattern. His nervous system has been programmed for survival, not for abundance, growth, or peace. Deep down, Eric made a decision he no longer remembers. If I have more, I'll lose myself. If I stop fighting, no one will need me. If I charge what I'm worth, I'll end up alone. So he keeps his prices low, always says, okay, when he wants to say no, and wonders why nothing ever changes. But the truth is, Eric isn't broken. He's just running on outdated codes from his subconscious, beliefs passed down through generations without anyone questioning them. And until he changes this code, nothing will change. His income, his customers, or his struggles. No matter how hard he works, his energy is still saying, "Don't let me grow." If this sounds familiar, it's because you may have experienced it yourself. You've carried that fear and told yourself that same story. But here's the power. Affirmations only work when they reach the subconscious. And now that you recognize it, feel it, and understand it, the pattern is exposed. The story isn't over, not for Eric, and not for you. Once you break the subconscious pattern, you can rewrite your code. The truth is, you weren't born with a scarcity mindset. You inherited it. It started when you were a child. You'd ask for something simple and hear phrases like, "We can't afford it," "Money doesn't grow on trees," or "Be thankful for what you have." These weren't just innocent words. They were commands that got planted in your subconscious, programmed into your nervous system like scars. Every time you heard them, your body learned that money is hard, it's scarce, and wanting more is wrong. When you were 7, your money blueprint was sealed, not based on truth, but on fear and scarcity, based on someone else's wounds. School reinforced this as well. Did anyone ever teach you about energy, wealth, frequency, or how to receive abundance? No, they taught you to sit still, memorize things, obey, trade time for money, follow the rules, and ask for permission. They didn't teach you how to live freely. Then came the pain. Maybe you saw your parents fighting over money, or you watched money come and go quickly, or every time things were good, something would fall apart. Those painful moments became ingrained in your subconscious, making your body fear money, expect loss, and prepare for chaos. So, when abundance shows up, You feel fear, devalue yourself, give too much, or self-sabotage. Deep down, you believe, abundance isn't safe. It's better to lose it before it's taken away. And if that wasn't enough, social media makes it worse. You scroll through and see others succeeding, moving faster than you, and instead of feeling inspired, you feel small, ashamed, or inadequate. That's not motivation. It's energy debt you pay every time you compare yourself to others, every message, every moment, every belief. These things form your blueprint, and whether you realize it or not, it's shaping your financial reality right now. But here's the power. What's been programmed can also be deprogrammed. Let's dive into something that many people overlook, but mystics have known for centuries. In Kabbalah, there's a key principle. Energy flows through containers. The issue is, if your container is unstable, too small, too fragmented, or built on a foundation of fear, then the light, energy, won't bless you. It will shatter you. This explains why some people can earn money and lose it just as quickly. You might have seen this, or even experienced it yourself. They get contracts, inheritances, settlements, lawsuits, or company sales. But suddenly, it all falls apart. Stress skyrockets, paranoia grows, they start spending recklessly, performance drops, self-destruction follows, and they end up back at square one. Look at lottery winners. 70% of them go bankrupt within 5 years. Some declare bankruptcy, while others end up in worse situations than before they won the money. Let's talk about athletes, people who train for years with discipline, sacrifice, and mental strength. Yet, as soon as they sign million-dollar contracts, many of them fall apart. According to Sports Illustrated, 78% of NFL players go bankrupt or face financial struggles within 2 years of retirement, and 60% of NBA players go bankrupt within 5 years of retiring. These are people who seem to have everything: money, fame, attention, and power. So why does this happen? No one teaches them how to reset their subconscious understanding of wealth. Money comes in fast, but leaves just as quickly. If you don't believe you're safe enough to keep abundance, you will unconsciously push it away. Even if you're wealthy on paper, or the world sees you as successful, you might still lose everything. This is why the issue isn't just about earning money. It's about preparing your energy field to protect, preserve, and grow that wealth. If money is energy, then your energy field is like your container. If that container is cracked, weak, or unhealed, money will do what energy naturally does. It will break your system. You need more than just the ability to attract wealth. You need the ability to hold on to it without falling apart. The truth is, most people's energy fields are fragile, not because they're weak, but because they were never taught how to protect their frequency. They attract money, but let that energy leak away. When money comes, their energy field cracks, their nervous system collapses, and they self-destruct. In Kabbalistic terms, this is called the breaking of the container. It's not punishment, it's a response. The light doesn't betray them, it simply reveals their true nature. Money doesn't change who you are, it exposes and amplifies who you are. If you carry guilt, shame, fear, or trauma related to money, those emotions will grow stronger when money comes into your life. If you don't feel safe receiving abundance, you'll unconsciously push it away. If you don't believe you deserve it, you'll find ways to reject wealth, making your reality match your subconscious self-image. Now, let's pause and reflect. You've worked hard, you've provided for others, you've fixed problems, and you've endured in silence when no one cared. But let me ask you honestly, when was the last time you truly felt wealthy? Not on paper, not in your bank account, but in your body, your spirit, your soul. If you're being honest, maybe it's been a long time. You've been losing energy for years, not just through bills and responsibilities, but through silence, suppression, loneliness, and shame. No one teaches you how to receive. They only teach you to give until you're drained. And now, you sit there with a tired body, a cluttered mind, and a growing sense of frustration, whispering, "What is all this for?" You may not speak it aloud, but it's there. The truth is, you're not just blocked financially, you're also blocked energetically. You're carrying the weight of those who were never free. The men who worked themselves into the ground, hiding their pain behind a fake smile and a slight nod. You think this is just a money problem, but it's really about what money represents: safety, power, peace, choice, the ability to say no without guilt. Until you heal the parts of you that feel unworthy of that freedom, you'll keep chasing after scraps and calling it survival. But it's not too late. You can't keep pretending anymore. If you stay on this path, you'll just keep working for wages below your worth, waking up with anxiety, distracting yourself with YouTube and social media, and eventually burning out, lonely, bitter, and hidden away. Just like your father, your grandfather, and the men before you who thought money would save them, without ever learning to save themselves. That's exactly why you're watching this video. A part of you knows your current approach isn't enough, that surface-level solutions won't work. You need a new frequency. You need to be rebuilt from within. Imagine you're ready to make a change. You're tired of pretending, tired of struggling in silence, and you're ready to transform everything. Great. This isn't just theory. It's about reprogramming your energy so you can hold wealth effortlessly, purposefully, and peacefully. But before abundance can trust you, you need to trust yourself. Here's how you can do it. Seal your energy field. When you wake up in the morning, don't grab your phone or let outside noise distract you. Stand still and say out loud, "I command my energy to return. I close all loops that leak energy. I am safe to receive. I am ready to hold more." Take slow, deep breaths, like someone who isn't afraid to stand still. Move with value. Don't just work. Live as if your time is precious. Increase your self-worth. Say no to those who drain your energy. And recognize that your energy is valuable. It's a form of currency. Speak like a wealthy person. Don't say, "I don't have enough money," "I can't afford it," or "I'll figure it out." Instead, say, "Abundance is coming to me. Every dollar I spend returns to me multiplied. My value increases every day, and I'm safe to receive more." Even if it feels untrue, speak it, because your subconscious doesn't differentiate between a lie and a command. Clean up your space as if you were preparing for royalty. Your environment reflects your subconscious mind. If your space is messy, your mind probably feels the same. Clean up, organize everything, light something sacred, and create room for abundance to flow freely. Evening ritual. Implant abundance into your subconscious. Before you go to bed, without distractions, close your eyes and say, "Today, I have done enough. I trust the process. I let go of control. I receive while I sleep." Visualize yourself as a wealthy person. Not flashy, just free. Picture yourself waking up slowly, breathing deeply, doing what you love, with no need for money because you're in harmony with it. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you truly are. Before the world made you shrink. Before you were taught to believe that struggle is your purpose. This is the ritual to reclaim your power, peace, and true wealth. And if no one has ever told you this, I'll be the first. You are allowed to rise, and this time, you don't have to do it alone. Here's a truth that might make you think. Most people will never feel truly wealthy, not because they lack money, but because they don't know how to recognize it. They define wealth too narrowly, looking only at cash, numbers on a screen, bills in their wallet, or bank account balances, and they think that's true abundance. But in reality, wealth also shows up in much more subtle ways. A stranger helping you without expecting anything in return. A near-miss accident that never happens. A great health checkup. Or a client canceling a contract that might have drained you. A chance conversation could change your entire life. Or a small delay might save you from trouble. If you don't recognize these as forms of currency, you're unknowingly rejecting energetic abundance. That's the spiritual trap. If you only see money as wealth, you'll be poor in spirit, even if life is trying to bless you. Because blessings don't only come in the form of money, they also come as time, energy, protection, guidance, peace, health, and relationships. But most people are programmed to see money as everything. When those miracles happen, they ignore or overlook them, or even complain that money still hasn't come. Imagine if the universe erased a disease you didn't even know you had. But because there was no money in your account that day, you felt poor. That's the most toxic form of poverty mindset. Being blind to invisible abundance. You need to change your perspective and start recognizing higher forms of wealth before even the simplest things can come to you. This is a metaphysical truth. What you recognize will expand, and what you ignore will shrink. If you begin to see every blessing, every bit of guidance, every moment of grace as a form of income, you'll expand your ability to receive faster than any hard work ever could. Why? Because you're showing the universe that you're paying attention, that you can hold on to wealth in all its forms, not just money, but also energy, knowledge, favor, and flow. And once you become aware of this, money becomes a result, not a goal. To the universe, a miracle is worth as much as a coin, because everything is energy. The universe doesn't care if you obsess over bills or bank accounts. It cares whether your energy field is open. And your energy field opens when your awareness shifts. Let's start by focusing on abundance beyond just money. Think about today. What happened that saved you time, reduced your stress, or made you feel less tired? Did someone help you, guide you, or simply stay by your side without expecting anything in return? Was there something that didn't happen, but it might have kept you from a negative outcome? These are not small things. They are currency codes, signs of wealth. The more you notice them, the easier it will be for your subconscious to accept abundance. The truth is, no one teaches us that money responds not just to hard work, but also to energy, emotion, and rituals. Your bank account reflects more than your income. It reflects your energy frequency. If your frequency is telling you, "I'm stuck," money might come, but it won't stick around. That's why thinking positively isn't enough. You need rituals, physical actions, to send a signal to your energy field that says, "I'm no longer operating from fear. I'm abundant." Here are 3 simple actions you can take to send that signal immediately. The circulation ritual. Money that doesn't move becomes a burden. When you hoard, you block the flow. Give away a little money anonymously. No need for a large amount. You can give to someone in need, leave a tip, or pay for someone's coffee. The key is doing it with the clear intention. I believe in the flow. I let it move, knowing it will return to me multiplied. This is not charity, it's reactivating energy. The receipt ritual. Many people feel guilty or tense when spending, which sends a signal that spending isn't safe. I fear that money won't come back. This kills the flow. What should you do? After every joyful purchase, like buying a gift or enjoying a nice meal, write on the receipt, "Money will return to me multiplied." Then, place it in your wallet. Each time you see it, remind yourself that I am the source, not the system. Money flows through me, not to me. The excess flow. Envelope. Most people use money in two ways: spending with guilt or saving while fearing loss. This ritual adds something stronger: the excess flow. Whenever you receive money, whether a little or a lot, set aside 5 to 10% into a special envelope marked excess flow. Don't touch it. Don't use it for emergencies. Just let it build. This sends a message to your subconscious. This isn't my last dollar. I don't just exist. I have more than enough. Start today. Don't wait. Send that signal now and see how quickly the universe responds. Have you heard the story of Jim Carrey? When he was a struggling actor, he wrote himself a check for $10 million, dated 5 years in the future. He imagined receiving that money every day, even when parking on M. Holland Drive. And miraculously, 5 years later, he secured a film contract worth exactly $10 million. Not just a coincidence, but the result of a mind so powerfully focused that reality had to align with it. You might not know this, but someone decoded this rule decades ago. Before the idea of manifestation became popular, before the gurus and self-help books, and before people turned it into a formula. That person was Neville Goddard, and his teachings still make people think deeply because they eliminate all the excuses we once used to justify our struggles. Born in the early 1900s, Neville wasn't a preacher, an entrepreneur, or a salesman. He was someone who truly experienced the truth and spent his life sharing it with others. His message was powerful. It might have seemed extreme then, and it still does today. He said, "Your imagination is God. Your assumptions create your reality. You are not a victim, you are the cause." Not in a mechanical, believe in something and get it way, but in the sense that the intellect creates reality. Neville taught that consciousness is the only reality, and everything you experience is a reflection of the assumptions within you. He said, "The world is you, pushed out," meaning your relationships, your bank account, your luck or failures. They reflect not your actions, but your deep-seated beliefs in your subconscious. What set Neville apart from others is that while most people focus only on what they want, Neville taught you to focus on what you assume. What you want might just be an illusion, but what you assume, how you live, feel, and act every day, becomes deeply rooted in your subconscious and eventually shows up in your reality. You don't get what you want, you get what you are. If you want more money, you might imagine stacks of cash every day. But if you still assume I am poor, then money won't come easily. It's just not meant for someone like you. No matter which vision board or affirmation technique you try, it won't work, because the real secret is in the feeling. This is Neville's key message. One of his most famous books is called "Feeling is the Secret." It's not about thinking or repeating words mechanically, it's about feeling. Why? Because your subconscious doesn't understand language. It understands vibrations, emotions, repetition, and identity. When you truly feel something, your body relaxes and your nervous system accepts it. Neville taught his students to assume that your wish is already fulfilled. He wanted them to live as if the result already existed. Not hope that something will happen someday, but I already have it. I already live in that state. If you want more money, Neville wouldn't tell you to just start a business or plan for it. He would say, go into a quiet room, close your eyes and imagine that everything is already complete. Not watching money come in, but imagining that money is already there. Picture checking your bank account, seeing the balance, paying your bills with ease, feeling safe, free, and at peace. Breathe in that feeling and fall asleep with that feeling, because sleep is the gateway to the subconscious, and the feeling you have when you sleep will become your dominant vibration. One of the techniques Neville often used before sleep was review your day, but this time, change what happened. If someone disrespected you, imagine they praised you. If you missed an opportunity, imagine it succeeded. If you felt fear, replace it with peace. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between real and imagined events. If you change a memory with strong emotion, the subconscious will accept the altered version as truth. If you do this long enough, your reality will start to shift. But if you don't believe, that's the trap. If you need proof, Neville said, believe you already have it, and then you will see it, not the other way around. He knew that the outer world always follows the inner world, and most people give up just before their reality starts to shift. That's why he said, assume even when all evidence points to the opposite. And that's where many people fail. They imagine abundance for a few days, then check their bank account and say, see, it doesn't work. But this is the test the universe gives you. Do you believe what you see or what you know? Once you stay firm in your inner world, the outer world has no choice but to follow. Neville had many true followers, people who applied his teachings and completely transformed their lives. One man, struggling with his job, was told by Neville to imagine that when he spoke to his friends about his new job, he would feel their joy, hear their praise, and smile as if it were already real. The man did this for several days, and then, out of nowhere, a company called and offered him a high-paying job, not by chance, but because of a bridge of coincidences. Reality shifted to match his new assumption. You are not a victim. Neville taught something that most people aren't ready to hear. No one but you can change you. No one is coming to save you. Not the economy, not your boss, not God, because you are your own primary resource. That's what makes people uncomfortable. They want to blame others, but Neville stripped that away and put the power back in your hands. You created your current reality, and you can create a new one. So why haven't you done it yet? That's the real question. Why do you still imagine from a place of scarcity? Still write a story of struggle? Still wait for a sign instead of deciding, I already have the truth? Neville gives you that truth. Assume everything is already complete. Feel it deeply, and stay in that feeling. And the world will change to match your new identity. This isn't a trick, it's a principle. A principle you've been using unconsciously all your life. And now it's time to use it consciously. There's a name that not many people know, but his work has had a huge impact on everything that came after. Ernest Holmes. Maybe you haven't heard of him, but if you've ever heard phrases like, change your thinking, and your life will change, or your mind is a magnet, the universe responds to your belief, then you've been influenced by him. Long before manifestation became a popular term, Ernest Holmes laid the spiritual foundation for conscious creation through what he called the science of the mind. Born in 1887, Holmes was a philosopher, a spiritual teacher, and a metaphysical genius. But he didn't preach religion, and he didn't sell salvation to anyone. He taught people how to use their own mind to connect with divine intelligence and intentionally create the reality they wanted. He believed you don't need any intermediaries, nor do you need to suffer or wait for some heavenly reward. You can have abundance, peace, health, and wealth right now. If you understand that your mind is the gateway to an infinite source, then you'll realize that this power is not lacking or broken. You just haven't learned how to use it yet. Once you do, life will stop feeling like a struggle. Instead, it will become a reflection of the frequency you choose to vibrate at. Ernest Holmes wasn't just a writer. He was a spiritual engineer, someone who outlined the laws of reality and the language that anyone could understand. He said, "You are one with the creative mind. You are always creating, whether consciously or unconsciously. And your thoughts are the blueprint of the future." You don't need to beg for money or prove that you deserve it. You simply need to be ready for the reality you desire. And that starts with belief. Not belief in a system or luck, but belief in your ability to shape reality with your thoughts, words, and energy. Ernest Holmes not only spoke these truths, but also lived by them. Now, it's your turn. You are here to break the cycle, not just for yourself, but for everyone who comes after you. The system has made you forget your true self, but now you're starting to remember. Money is not separate from you. It's a reflection of your inner power. This isn't about greed. It's about alignment, freedom, and truth. Here's a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, live as if you already have everything you want. Don't wait. Don't hope. Just believe that you already have it. Watch how the universe responds. If you're serious about shifting your energy, leave a comment right now saying, "I am wealthy." Don't wait until you feel it. Just say it now because your subconscious doesn't wait. It reacts immediately to powerful declarations. If this resonates with you, hit the like button so the algorithm knows this content is important. Subscribe to the channel if you're tired of the surface-level stuff and want to move toward the truth. If you're looking for more free knowledge, I only share with those who are truly interested. Subscribe to my free newsletter, designed to reprogram your mind toward wealth. The link is in the description. Your transformation starts now. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.